Bitcoin and Litecoin, do we have more parabolic action coming? What's up, guys? Crypto Savvy here. I hope everybody's having a fabulous Saturday. We're going to take a look at the charts, starting out with Litecoin, then moving on to Bitcoin. And then stick around to the end of the video, and I'm going to show you why I believe we'll hit 46,000 by the end of the year. We're going to take a look at that Bitcoin daily chart versus the gold weekly chart. There's new developments forming in it. You definitely want to stick around, check it out. It's extremely interesting, and it really shows the future if you ask me. So also, guys, don't forget to click the description box below the video. There's some affiliate links in there that really help the channel out if you check them out and use them. You don't have to, but I appreciate it if you do. There's also a 100% free Discord in there. Definitely check out our Discord community. Best community in crypto, bar none. Definitely check it out, guys. You'll love it. Let's get on with the video and see what's going on. Alright guys, as always, I want to start out by saying I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is my opinion and my view of the market only. Anybody that's trading or investing in this market, I suggest you do your own due diligence and your own research, as this market is extremely volatile and risky. Also, keep in mind, it's still a speculative market, so don't put in more than you're willing to lose. And with that being said, if you're new here or you haven't already, definitely consider subscribing. Click the subscribe button in the lower right-hand side of the screen. And then if you tick the notification bell, that'll get you notified when I post new videos, as I do post videos every day, and I do nightly live streams a couple times a week. So that'll notify you when they come out so you don't miss out on anything. I try to keep everybody as updated as I can with what's going on with the price action. So with that being said, don't forget to smash those likes, guys. Take a second out, hit the like button, leave a comment, let me know what you think. I appreciate it. And let's see what's happening. Oh yeah, by the way, we reached 4,000 subs yesterday. Big shout out to everybody that's been subbing and subscribing, or subscribing and commenting and stuff. I really appreciate it. All right, so looking at Litecoin here, we've been looking at this as a cup and a handle down here. We could actually be forming a bigger one, but for now we're still looking at this one here. And if we look at the measured move, would be the move of the cup, and we take it out to where we broke out, and that gets us to the $180 range, guys. That is still my target. I still believe we're headed there, and I do have much higher targets also. Looking at this as a rising broadening wedge in the yellow, I also have another trend line here, the white one. Keep an eye on that, and I'll show you why I got that there. If you look here, I've got it off of these wicks over here. So there is 4 touches there, which makes it a valid trend line. I know some people don't agree with those, but that's how I've been calling these calls, and it's been working out beautifully. So let's look at this rising broadening wedge, and looks like we may have another move down, and we'll take a look at that in a second. But I'm going to take a look at these higher targets first real quick, and then we'll move on to the 4-hour and look at more immediate prices. So right around the 164 or whatever, you'll see I have a target in there when we get into the 4-hour. If we were to break straight up out of there, the measured move out of breaking out of this rising broadening wedge here would be around the 275 area. And if we were to stay within, if you see this white line here, if we're to stay within this channel before reaching our target of 180 and then breaking over here, the target of that would be around the $300 range, guys. Now that's not my end of the year target for Litecoin. Like I said, my Bitcoin end of the year target is 46,000, and if that hits, that leaves Litecoin, I'm somewhere in the range of 600 to 1,000, and we'll know more as we get more data. So I will keep everybody updated, but I do see us coming up to around the 300, and then by the time that happens, and guys, it doesn't mean we're going straight up. There's going to be choppy action and whatnot. So those that know how I trade and belong to the Discord, I do longer trades. I don't sit around and worry about every little up and down movement during what's going on. I go for the long trades, less stress, just kick back, relax, set your targets, figure out where it's going, and it's just a lot easier. Day trading stuff is too stressful. But anyways, that's my way of trading. I hold all my Litecoin, I hold all my Bitcoin, and I trade Bitcoin on leverage, and I use the profits off of that to buy more Bitcoin and Litecoin. That's my strategy. It doesn't have to be yours, but it's working great for me. Also, those targets that I just showed you, we'll watch watch this trend line. If this trend line breaks, you know, that's when we go super parabolic, in my opinion. We're already parabolic. And if you doubt that, all you got to do is look at the weekly chart. That's pretty parabolic, guys. So I know people are starting to get very bearish, and I myself don't understand why. I am not bearish. I am bullish, and I'm going to remain bullish until the data tells me otherwise. So let's look at the daily RSI real quick. So we had this rising channel. We had been watching since November, and we had, like, it was basically a bear trap here back into the channel, and now we've broken back down out of it again. We were inside this falling channel. We broke down out of it, and now we're back in it. Do we come up and test this for support, or test this for resistance and then get support and come back down and test this again? We're going to take a look at that, and we're going to take a look at the 4-hour RSI and kind of look at what's going on there. Falling channel here that we've been falling forever. A lot went on in here. We had a rising wedge, broke up out of into a falling channel, another one, and another one. We broke out of this one here and back inside it. Do we come up, test the top of this, and then come back down for one more touch? Possible. And we're going to look at that in the price action right now. All right, let's take a look. If you remember the rising broadening wedge in yellow, right? Now I have another one in blue here. These trend lines are extremely helpful, guys. As you know, if you watch my channel, I don't use a whole bunch of indicators and all that crap. I think it's a bunch of noise. I keep it simple. It works great. And another thing I want to stress, and I hate to do this every time, but I know there's new people watching all the time, and I hate seeing people get wrecked and screwed. We have some horrible people that are selling courses and VIPs and crap like that. Guys, don't do that. Don't get sucked in. All they do is give you the same information you can get for free all over the internet. Don't get sucked into that crap. They overcharge. All you're paying for is their drug habits, gambling habits, and lavish lifestyles, guys. They probably don't even trade. They claim to trade, and you can see their trades and blah blah blah. I show you my trades in my Discord. They've been very successful. So you guys, just don't get screwed into that stuff. They're scammers, man, and they're really screwing up the space. You know, they scare people away. People that come in, pay for their courses, get scared away, and you know, it's horrible. Also, we have some influencers in this space that are just egotistical, arrogant assholes that shouldn't be representing this space. I believe they're holding us back. So we need some new leaders in this space. We do have, I'm not saying they're all bad. We do have some great leaders in this space, no doubt about it. But there are a few that have quite a few followers and quite a few influence that are absolutely horrible to represent the space. And I think if you're watching this, you know who I'm talking about. So let's get on with it. I'm done with my rant, guys. Sorry. I'm pretty passionate about this shit. All right, so like I said, we'll take a look at the bearish scenario first. I have this target down here still at around the 107 range, and it's definitely possible that we come back down to test this before continuing up. But I do believe this trend line is going to hold, for sure, hold us for support, in my opinion. I definitely think it's going to hold for support. So definitely a possibility we just continue on up from here, you know, maybe get some little chop action and come up to test the top of the channel around the 164. But also, I do want to take a look, like I said, the bearish scenario first, even though this is not the one I think is going to happen. But look at this as a bull or a flag pull, this being a bear flag, and we would measure the breakout. Well, I had it down here if we were to break out, and it could still be, yeah, we could still have a bull flag, and I'll show you real quick how I get this stuff, so you know I'm not just pulling shit out of my ass like most. I'll take a parallel channel, put it in like this, bring it down. But yeah, they would see that as a possible bull or bear flag, guys, and the measured move off of that, if we broke out, would be around the $88 range. I understand why people are thinking that, but we're in a parabolic bull market, guys. Bearish patterns doesn't mean they're bearish in a parabolic bull market. Everything changes. So let me get that out of there. Like I said, I believe this 107 will hold if we even go back down to it. The absolute worst case scenario for the bearish case, guys, is if we do break down from here, you know, we're looking at the $55 to $60 range. I don't see it happening. I honestly do not see it happening, and we already looked at the higher targets, so that's where I'm at with Litecoin, guys. I do believe, you know, it's nothing to worry about. We're not going down to no creek. I don't even think we're going to break this 107 if we even get to 107. So just stay calm. Draw your charts out. Watch the lines. Know the numbers to watch for. Everything's looking good. All right, so let's look at Bitcoin on the daily. And Bitcoin on the daily. Here are my targets, guys. All right, so the same thing. I had this rising broadening wedge in here. We had a measured move off that went to 96. We broke out of there, guys. We also had this rising channel here, which we've broken out of. And the same, just like in Litecoin, right off the peaks down here, I have some, I'll show you the wicks. Off of these wicks here, I drew this trend line, and we hit this trend line perfectly here, got rejected, and now, well, now you know where we're at. But I do want to show you guys, I have some bearish targets, and we'll take a look at those as a few. We're going to take a look at what I believe is happening, and the measured move off of this, we would start using this as the rising broadening channel top, since we broke the yellow one here. I will clear this stuff off the charts within the next couple days, guys, but I like to keep it there just until we know exactly what's going on. But if we were to do a breakout here, guys, you know, we're looking at 24,000. Keep that number in mind, because when we look at the Bitcoin daily versus gold weekly chart, you're going to understand that 24,000 is very significant. Another measured move off that, guys, that would be quicker before that, would be if we measured a breakout of here, and just the measurement of this bottom line here as a rising channel. And the measure move of the rising channel is just the width of the channel, and that'd get us up to the 1900 range. Now we get up to the 1900 range, possibility that we come back down, test this for support around 15, and continue up to our next target. We'll get into more detail in the Bitcoin daily chart versus the gold weekly here in a minute, but I do want to take a look at the RSI. And looking at the RSI, if you remember when we had these two peaks here, I drew this trend line across there, and that was to look for our peak in this run, and that was right here, guys. It played out pretty good. If you were watching the RSI along with the price, I'm sure you done pretty well. Now, as you can see, I do want to point this out, and again, I will reminder that we are in a parabolic bull market, but I'm sure people will start talking about this in the RSI as being a head and shoulders. But again, those don't play out in a parabolic bull market, guys. Could we come down and test this? Yeah, it's possible. Or do we come in here and break through and set another high? I believe we're going to break through and set another high. We look at the 4 hour. We had this rising channel in here. You can see what happened in here. Rising wedge, falling channel, rising wedge. Fell out of that. Probably going to create another rising channel here, guys. We've got support again off the bottom of this channel, so I don't think we're going to come test it again before continuing up. So let's look at the price action now and see what's going on with that. Zoom in a little bit and look at the bearish scenario first. All right, so in the bearish scenario, looking at, we get in here a little bit. Looking at this as a flagpole, and this being a bear flag here, and the measure move, if we were to break out, would be around 10.8, which would also align with this trend line I have here from all this support going up. So, and obviously we did a little wick through here, no big deal, nothing to be worried about. But at worst case, I believe the top of this channel that we broke out of would definitely remain our support. And again, this is, you know, possibility we come down, and we'll see that in the next chart. A possibility that we come down to the 10.8 to 10.5 area and then get our bounce, but I do believe we're going to continue a parabolic move. The other way to look at this is measuring this. That's the bearish case scenario, guys. Very absolute worst case would be coming back to test the top of this rising broadening wedge that we broke out of back in May, and that'd be around the 79 $100 range. I don't see it happening, guys. I know there are other people too talking about, and I'm going to show you real quick. Sorry, I'm moving it all around, but show you real quick. I don't have the measured move in there, but I'll put it in there real quick. Measuring this as a flag pull. They're looking at this as a B, C, looking for a big correction, and the measured move off of that, guys, would be somewhere in the $9,100 range. I don't see it happening. People get too bearish too easy. They seem to forget we're in a parabolic bull run. I can't stress enough. I see people shorting this market. It makes me sick. It's like, are you crazy? Why would you short in a parabolic bull market? Why not look for good long entries and run that way? That's the smart way to play this market. But those people that choose to short, thank you, because your liquidations are helping push this market up. So I appreciate it. Do what you gotta do, man. And keep following whoever it is you're following that's telling you we're going to crazy lows, because I don't see it happening, guys. All right, let me get that out of there. Quit my little rant. Again, I apologize for my rants, guys. I'm just passionate about this stuff, and I hate seeing people get screwed. Okay, so we could look at this as, do a measured move off of this as a flag pull. Looking at this as a bull flag, we could be going up from here, and that would be around the 14.2 range, which would be a new all-time high for the year, which would be a good sign. Or, you know, we do continue down a little bit for another leg down, like I said, down to here, and that would change, you know, the target to, you know, maybe 13.8, somewhere in there. But like I said, you got to keep an eye on the charts, guys. Definitely join our discords. There's a lot of guys in there helping out, posting their charts and keeping everybody updated, as I can't do it all. But you know, the other thing, like I said, we could be forming here, you know, come up here, come down, and another bull flag forming, and boom, you know, huge bull run after that. But we'll see. Like I said, I'm definitely still bullish here, guys. Now let's get into the Bitcoin daily chart versus the gold weekly chart. This is my favorite comparison. I love it. I've been doing this since January, which was right around in this area is where I started doing this. You can go back in my videos and check it. And then I, you know, just keep getting more and more detailed into it as it plays out. It's absolutely amazing. Anyway, this is my end of the year target, guys. $46,000 to $47,000. That could be being conservative. We could go much higher, but that's my target as of now. And we'll read the data as it comes through. But 46 to 47,000, and I'll show you why in a minute, and you're going to be extremely interested. Now, if you see this line here, that's that $24,000 range that we had talked about, right? Which was one of our targets for breaking out of the rising broadening wedge. Now, take a good look at this. This is old support during the bear market, and I've drawn this trend line up, and old support becomes new resistance. We broke through that. I've done the same thing off of these here, the blue line, and you're going to see in the gold I've done the same things. A pattern is a pattern, guys. I don't care that it's different time frame, whatever. Bitcoin is moving much faster than normal markets, smaller market cap, so it's easier to move. We have the internet now and all that. We didn't have that in a lot of this time that I'm going to show you in the gold. So let's look at the gold chart, and that's why my target's 46,000, guys. Look at the similarities there. It's absolutely amazing, absolutely amazing. And now we're going to dig in a little deeper and see the, you know, see the patterns and check some retracements and stuff. So we had two touches on the bottom of this trend line here, same as in gold before the move up, right? This is where I think we're at right now, and I'm going to show you why. As you can see, the blue line, look at the blue line there. That's our 24,000 target in Bitcoin. And as you can see, right in that area here, we got resistance, and it came back down. And, you know, we're in the same spot here. If we look at the 24, just look at the resemblance, guys. Absolutely amazing. So anyway, I believe after due time, we're going to pass up gold with Bitcoin. It'll play out, in my opinion, if this all plays out, we're going to pass gold. So anyways, there's the same trend lines I showed you I drew in Bitcoin. Old supports off the bear market, broke through the blue one, broke through the white one. Now we're going to zoom into the white one. This is where it gets really interesting, guys. And stick around after this. I'll show you in the RSI. Same thing we've been watching since January. But if you look at the formation here, right? This looks a lot like where we're at right now in Bitcoin. But what I'm going to do in Bitcoin is I'm going to switch over to the 4 hour. Right? So let's zoom in here. Go to the 4 hour. And just see how this is playing out. It's quite amazing, guys. I hope you guys are paying attention and can see this. But if you look at how it's playing out, just like gold, guys. There's that white trend line from the old support through the bear market. We are making the same move. Like I said, we could come back down and touch this. Almost. See, this one didn't quite touch yet, but we did come back down and touch the 55 EMA here. 4 hour looks like it's doing the same thing. 55 EMA is around 1100, so we may only go to that and back up, or we continue up from here. It doesn't have to play out exactly, guys, but I'm showing you how similar this is and how amazing it is. I mean, even the little bump before crossing there, we had the same thing here. It's absolutely amazing. Now this is where it gets even more amazing. I'm gonna measure that from that peak there, from when it broke out of this the white trend line. We'll measure from that peak down to the retracement, and it's right at 20. Oops, sorry. Right at 25.38, 25%, let's say. Right. Now let's measure this one in Bitcoin. Let's see what that one measures out to be. Look at that. Right at 25. This one says 25.79. This one says 25.38. Absolutely amazing, guys. I don't know. I've had a lot of people say that, you know, this isn't right because it's two different time frames. It's a pattern, guys. Patterns are patterns. Period. You can find a triangle in a 15-minute chart, and it 99% of the time does the same thing as a triangle in a monthly chart. So keep that in mind, guys. A pattern is a pattern. I can't stress that enough. Anyways, now let's look at some more very interesting things, right? So this is where it breaks out to till we go to our blue resistance, right, in gold, which was 1044. Well, our blue resistance in Bitcoin, I'm going to go back to the daily just because it makes the chart a little bit easier. So the blue resistance in here, if we get up to, let's do a measured move off the resistance here of the retracement and what the price was. So this was after we hit our blue line of resistance, which I have that drawn in Bitcoin also. We haven't made it there yet, which is that 24,000 target. We retraced about 34%. Now, if we were to do that in Bitcoin, 34%, right around the 1500 or 15,000 to 15,800 range. Let's look at this here real quick. Where would that be? That would be coming up to test this top trend line again. Whoops, damn it. Why does it do that? So that just makes perfect sense. Once we come up, we touch the 24, we come back down to that 15, well, 15.8, 15.9, right around in this range, guys. This is all looking perfect. Yeah, like I said, call me crazy. I don't know. It's playing out beautifully, guys. And then you see what happened after we hit the all-time high, came back down and retested that area again. So let's see what that would look like in Bitcoin. Something like this. Come up here, come up, we get another one, push up here. Then what did it look like after that? Oh yeah, we come down. Whoops, sorry about that. I have got this not small enough. Let me get that out of there. Let me zoom this down a little bit. Oh my god, if I do that one more time. I need to talk to TradingView. I got a couple suggestions. But anyways, all right, let's look at that now. I'm going to get my pen ready. And what would that look like? Something like this. Up here. And then once we go there, what does it do? We get some more choppy action all the way up to our target, 46,000. And then our correction begins to back to the 24,000. And I believe we continue up from there. And that, my friends, will probably be them $100,000 to $1 million Bitcoin at some point. I truly believe that. And a lot of people do. So let's get rid of this stuff. Let's go into the RSI now. We're going to look at the weekly. And again, we started watching all this in January. So if you see other people copying it, please let me know, or at least make sure they give out some credit to where it's due. This is a 2013 bull market followed by the bear market. And you can see the trend line I have drawn here. I have the same trend line over here. We had 2 touches of resistance before breaking through and starting a bull market. Same thing here. 2017 bull market, 2018 bull market. 2 touches of resistance before starting a bull market. Now we're going to look at the monthly. Monthly, 2013 bull market followed by the bear market. Each one of these arrows represents a new low in the RSI. And bull market began. We had 4 lows. 2017 bull market followed by the bear market. 4 lows in the RSI represented by the arrows, and bull market begins. Like I say in every video, only difference is this one's going to be a lot quicker. It's going to be amazing, guys. Yeah, if you liked the video, enjoyed the content, please consider subscribing. Click the Crypto Savvy logo above my head. Smash those likes, guys. Smash them. Just take a second out, smash them, please, and leave a comment. Let me know what you think of the video. Let me know what you think of the Bitcoin gold versus Bitcoin comparison charts, and let me know what you think, where we're headed. Are we going to new lower lows, or what do you think? Let's comment. Let me know. I'm out.